Scales of power: how lizard people control the world. For centuries, we have arrogantly believed that humans rule the Earth. In fact, we're so confident in our mastery of this planet that we've decided to go ahead and put our stamp on other planets. But what if we only think that we're the ones in charge here on Earth? What if, beneath our feet, in dark tunnels and secret underground bunkers, an ancient, much more powerful species is actually pulling the strings? Meet the lizard people. Scaly, cold-blooded, and obsessed with political power. These shape-shifting reptilians have allegedly infiltrated world governments, taken over Hollywood, and might even be sitting next to you on the subway. Keep an eye on the everyday people around you and see if you notice anyone acting peculiar. For example, have you observed a coworker repeatedly sticking their tongue out or been taken aback when your neighbor starts blinking sideways? For your safety, it's best to keep your expression neutral and act normal if you recognize any of these lizard behaviors in your fellow humans. Who are the lizard people? Reptilian overlords aren't just some random sci-fi invention. They have been around for centuries. Some theorists insist lizard people are interdimensional beings, while others believe they're ancient aliens. A select few theorize these beings crawled out of the same primordial ooze as the rest of us, but decided they liked the shadowy underworld much better. The point is, they've been here for a very long time, living among us as we walk around completely oblivious. They can blend in with humans at will, using mind control to climb the ranks of power. Ever notice how some politicians and Hollywood stars seem a little off? Yeah, it's not your imagination. You're onto them. The lizard people's master plan. If you thought world domination was as simple as taking over with brute force, you're wrong. There you go, thinking like a human again. Lizard people prefer a much more sophisticated and subtle approach. They infiltrate governments, media, and entertainment, slowly bending human society to their whims. Why? Because they're parasitic creatures who feed off our emotions. They especially have a taste for fear, sadness, and stress. That's why every single news channel is basically pumping out a fire hose of anxiety-inducing news round the clock. The more we panic, the better their cricket casseroles taste. And before you ask, yes, they do drink human blood. It pairs nicely with spider lasagna. The secret signs of a lizard person. If you're worried that your neighbor, boss, or best friend might be a reptilian in disguise, here are some telltale signs. They stick their tongues out a lot. No, not like children playing or a beautiful woman seductively licking her lips. More like a subtle flicker. This is due to the fact they have scent glands in their tongues and are testing the air for prey. They have unusually smooth skin or suspiciously dry patches. It varies depending on the lizard person. If they have smooth skin, it often has an almost imperceptible greenish cast. On the other hand, there are those with large patches of what appear to be, at first glance, a case of dry skin. However, if you look closely, the skin looks much more scaly, rather than flaky as human skin would be. Keep in mind, their disguises aren't always perfect, so if you're looking for them, it won't take long to spot one, especially once you've been observing them for a while. They blink sideways. This is quite easy to spot since they also blink quite slowly. Occasionally, you'll spot one with slit pupils instead of round pupils, but this is not common. As alarming as it can be to see this phenomenon, do your best to keep a poker face in their presence. Save the freak-out for later. Also, they seem emotionless. No different than if you walked into a pet store, went to the reptile section, and started unloading your personal woes on a gecko lounging under his heat lamp. Lizard people are able to fake emotion, sometimes quite convincingly, but it drains their energy quickly. They tend to make the effort only when they need to manipulate you. They seem way too interested in your suffering. Like the news anchor who shoves a microphone in the face of someone who just lost their house in a fire and cheerfully asks them how they feel. Or the boss who gets irritated that you're attending your mother's funeral on a Wednesday, since that's when department reports are due. They have only 3 fingers. This does not pertain to all lizard people. Some are able to pull off a much more human-shaped hand with 5 fingers, but again, the quality of their disguises tends to vary widely. A select few wear a winged serpent emblem on the left side of their chest. If you see that badge on someone's lapel, you're in the presence of someone very high-ranking, if not actual lizard royalty. Stay on their good side. They dodge questions about being a lizard person. This one's foolproof. If you ever suspect someone is a lizard, just ask them directly. They seem unable to lie about it for some reason. They'll laugh nervously, asking, "Do I look like one?" or accuse you of being crazy for believing in something so ridiculous as lizard people. The reptilian elite. The biggest giveaway that lizards rule the world? The sheer number of famous and powerful people allegedly connected to them. The British royal family has long been rumored to have lizard people among their ranks. Interestingly enough, they denied this when asked. The Bush family also denied having any lizard-adjacent family members, as did Dick Cheney. There have also been whispered rumors that the Rothschilds had a few lizards wandering the halls of their gilded mansions back in the day. Basically, if someone is absurdly rich or influential, there's a good chance they have some scaly relatives. Even former President Barack Obama was rumored to have had a reptilian secret service. Was he aware of this? Inquiring minds want to know. Curiously, Congress cut defense spending in 2013, forcing the reptilian bodyguards to slink back to their underground lair. And then there's the absolutely wild story about Justin Bieber. According to several eyewitness accounts, he couldn't keep his disguise up and momentarily transformed into his true reptilian form at an Australian airport. We were not able to locate any footage of the incident, but let's be honest. Does anyone really think Bieber is fully human? The final question, what do we do about it? Nothing. There is really nothing you can do, except stay aware. They've been running things for centuries and have every intention of keeping it that way. If you notice a politician snacking on dried insects or blinking slowly as they stare without emotion, then you'll know. If you see someone on the subway with slit pupils and 3 fingers, well, never mind. It might not mean anything except another day in New York City. However, if you see the winged serpent emblem, something's about to go down. At the end of the day, knowledge is power. Don't pour your heart out to overly eager people, and never, ever allow those scaly bastards to feed on your pain. The lizard people do not want you to like and subscribe. Are you going to let them control you? So please help us on our journey to 1,000 and subscribe to our channel.